tomorrow, December 6th, Swedish Yuletide, the annual genuine Swedish Christmas fair, complete with the Sankta Lucia procession, returns to the cyclorama at the Boston Center for the Arts. This annual family event, which attracts thousands of visitors, is the largest Scandinavian event in New England. And here with her annual preview is the festival's longtime coordinator, Ginga Sewerin-Olsson, to tell us, among other things, about Sweden's fictional crime wave. Good to see you again.
Thank you again.
All right. First of all, tell us why people come from all over New England to get in touch with their heritage again.
Well, especially for Christmas, it's everybody wants to celebrate it the Swedish way, and we have both Swedes and Swedish Americans, but also other nationalities coming.
Yeah.
And Svea puts this on every year.
And we should talk about your organization that puts it on, the Swedish Women's Educational
Association. Yes. We're around 200 members in the Boston or New England area. We are one of 75 chapters worldwide, all being Swedish-born or Swedish-speaking women. And it's an international network for Swedish women, but also we support Swedish language, Swedish culture, and traditions.
So you remind folks of, or introduce them to, as the case may be, Swedish customs. You brought, as usual, some of the little decorative elements. Are these things that people only bring out at Christmas, or do they have them like these doll horses, right? Do they have them around all year long, or what?
The doll horse is out year-round. It's from the province of Dalecarlia, and they're all handmade in wood and painted in a very Kurbitz special painting technique. The tomtes, or the little Santas, and the Christmas goat, they all come out for Christmas.
Okay, but the food, a lot of times people don't know which thing, they think Swedish meatballs, which isn't Swedish, right? Swedish meatballs, or are they different Swedish, you know?
Swedish meatballs are a little different than other meatballs, or especially the Italian meatballs. On the Christmas table, you put the ham, of course, which is breaded and baked in the oven, and but the rest of what's served you can also get at other celebrations like Midsummer, for instance, with many different kinds of pickled herrings and pâtés and special breads, and so there's a lot to eat. And that's why we call it the Christmas smorgasbord.
The Christmas smorgasbord. Now, let's talk about the Sankta Lucia celebration, how that got started, the return of the light, because as I think people vaguely know, there's long periods in Sweden when there's very little light.
That's true. And Lucia is in the middle of December, on the 13th of December, that according to the old Hungarian
that was
calendar.
Instead of when the equinox, or
Right, so it was the shortest day of the year. Lucia is a legend or a saint from Sicily.
Yeah.
And we took that legend, and with the looks and the Lucia and the light, it's now a tradition on the 13th of December when children all are out in the morning serving parents, or in the schools they do Lucia pageants.
Now, these candlesticks, they look like menorahs, right? Are these traditional Christmas candle lights? Oh, yeah.
Every home has these kind of lights in their windows during the December and Advent. And it's just, when it gets dark, 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's kind of cozy.
Wherever you can get it. Now, I want to get to, each year in the past, you guys have had a special exhibit, usually around a region or around a person. But I was very excited to read about this exhibit about Swedish crime writers who are so popular. And there's lots of information on your website. I encourage people to go to the website to do this. Are Swedish people mystery novel readers?
I think we are. I mean, since the 50s, the mysteries have been very popular, and we've had some internationally known writers long before this.
Stig Larsson.
Stig Larsson that really turned everything. But we have many others like Henning Mankell, for
Yes,
instance, Camilla Läckberg. So this exhibit is a presentation of the popular modern crime fiction in Sweden.
And the exhibit is careful to distinguish. They say Sweden is very safe. Every time you turn around, there's not a strange serial killer there, but that these stories are popular. Even in Stig Larsson's novels, they're always reading American mystery novels, or the detectives are reading them there. So I think will attract people, mystery love. It's beautifully done, and the panels show like the different regions, different novelists work in different regions, and you just get a sense of how beautiful the landscape is, but how lonely it is. I mean, people can do what they want there because.
Yeah, the whole exhibit is like a journey through Sweden from Ystad in the south, where Henning Mankell and Kurt Wallander.
Yeah, PBS series, yes.
Yes, exactly. And going all the way up through Gothenburg, Gotland, the Isle of Gotland, Stockholm, of course, with Stig Larsson, all the way up to the north to Kiruna, where I believe it's Åsa Larsson that has her.
Well, even just for that there, but we want to briefly mention the food, what is your favorite? I know you probably.
My favorite is probably the crispy Swedish waffles that we make with jam and whipped cream.
Yeah.
We will also be serving Swedish meatballs, of course. We have open fish sandwiches with shrimp and salmon. We will have glögg, the drink of the season, non-alcoholic though, since it's a family event. There will be lots of breads and baked goods from the Swedish bakery out in Worcester. A whole truckload will arrive.
All right. Well, this is if you love mystery novels or you love things Swedish or Scandinavian, this is definitely. And finally, is it easier to coordinate these every year, or is it more of a headache, or what?
No, I think it gets easier, and especially if we have good exhibits that are not too much, that we have to put too much work ourselves into it.
It says on the website that this will be the first time that this Swedish crime writers thing is in the United States, but you got it from a Svea group in India, I believe, or something?
No, it's actually...
from Sweden?
It's something called the Swedish Institute that works for promotion of Sweden abroad.
They
do a lot of things. But I was in contact with them, and we are first showing it in the US, and then it will actually travel out to West Newton, to the Scandinavian Cultural Center there, and be there for January and February.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much. And everybody, tomorrow, don't forget, at the Cyclorama from, what are the hours, 10 to 4?
10 to 4, and the website is sveaboston.org.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's it for this edition of Neighborhood Network News. Chris Lovett and the rest of the gang will be back here on Monday night. We hope you'll join us then.